Alright guys, so this is an old house that I've been wanting to film for a couple years now, and first time I saw it, it's actually kind of a funny story. My folks were looking at buying it, and then it turned out that they were looking at the wrong house, and this wasn't the house that they thought it was. And I've been wanting to get back here and film it for years now, and unfortunately I've just waited too late to do it. And this house actually has a very tragic story to go along with it. The owners of this house went on their dream vacation, as I understood it, a vacation that took them to Hawaii. While on their dream vacation in Hawaii, they were killed in a car accident. Now this happened years ago, possibly in the 70s, maybe the 60s, I don't know the exact date, but the family never returned to the house. And the surviving family members just left the house as a crypt, you could say, to the people who used to live here. And as you can see, we've just let the house fall apart. So another interesting thing about this house is it apparently used to be an old stagecoach stop. As you can see, it's got this bricked in awning on the side of the house. And that is, from what I understand, if the history of the house is correct, allowed stagecoaches to pull through there. As you can see, the house was standing, but with a large hole in the roof when I saw it in the early 2000s with my family when they had wanted to buy it. And now the house is almost completely giving way. Look at all this overgrown ivy out here. We're going to look in through the window. So it's kind of a funny story. The way that it was determined that this wasn't the house that my folks were looking to buy and they had come up to the wrong house was that the house they were looking for had a staircase in it. And they had walked around looking at this house, thinking it was the one that was for sale for some time before it dawned on us that there was no staircase in the house. And we realized we were at the wrong house and quickly got out of it. But Brian later came back and talked with some people and did some more research on this house and found out the story that I told you about the house's family dying and the house basically being left abandoned in their memory. Caught by a vine. And that's also when we learned about the stagecoach stop and all of that. But I wanted to show it to you guys, get it on film before it falls completely in.
After the case of mistaken identity, which was actually pretty hilarious, my wife and I at the time came back to look at the house because it was just beautiful, and it was in actually pretty good shape at the time. There was a piano, and part of the ceiling was sagging at one point, but it had great rolling doors and these small rooms, bay windows. It was just absolutely gorgeous, a long hallway. And I'm actually surprised to see the shape that it's in now. But it was a beautiful house, and its abandonment was very tragic, to say the least.
And just down from the old house that I showed you, the falling in house that I waited just a little too late to get on video in its intact state, is this old country store. You can see just sitting alongside the road here. And this store is also, it's amazing how in a short amount of time, probably less than 20 years, how these places have gotten into such bad shape. After withstanding so much time, so many hundreds of years, you can see the porch actually used to, or the, I guess you'd call that a porch, or awning on the front of the store, actually used to be there and used to be intact. And it looks like someone's using it for hay storage now. But I always thought this was just a cool old country store. give you guys a full walk around of the old store. And I wonder if this store belonged to the old house, the old stagecoach stop that we looked at. If it was a store for the farm that that house belonged to. Back, of course, when it was originally constructed and long before the family died, because that was more recent history. As you can see, it's just filled up with hay that actually looks rotten and looks like that even that use of this store is gone now. It's kind of interesting to see how many stages a place has gone through. Originally it was a country store serving travelers through this area, and then it became hay storage for an area farmer, and now it's just rotting on the side of the road and won't be here much longer. Let's take a look at the side real quick. All I see is round nails in the side of the building, so most likely it was built post 1880. But these are two places that stuck out from my childhood that I wanted to show you guys and get them on video again to document them before they're completely gone. Although the house is almost at the point of being completely gone. And this place doesn't look like it'll be far behind. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these two places today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next adventure, hopefully with less gnats.